Alright. Whenever I did the next randomizer spin, I ran into this one. This is the next one that popped up. The Kitsune Tsuki. So I'll be drawing that in a few moments. But according to what I did, it seems like it's going to be very easy. It's just going to be a human being, actually. You know, that fox claws, that dirt. Basically, it's basically what you would know known as is a fox girl. But technically, Kitsune Tsuki actually just translates to, well, a stupid mouse. I hate mice. Fox possession. So basically, what you see as an attractive fox boy or fox girl is basically a fox that is possessing the human body. Because in the appearances, some kitsune are able to possess human beings and cause them to behave in strange ways. Well, compared to other animals, the foxes it's a relatively common form. So basically saying it's more common for a fox to do this than others. The person possesses by these developed features that are such as, sharp teeth, pointy face, and of course, as seen in the picture, ears and tail. Rawr! Anyway, apparently, just like other possessions, until modern medicine was introduced, your mental illness and certain craziness was blamed on the foxes. Just like every other possession that existed. Now, I've never seen a real possession of a human. Maybe I should just thank my lucky stars. But I have seen things and heard stories of things that humans think that they can't explain. Then some non-believers say, blah, blah, blah. Well, the truth is, would you rather meet a fox spirit? Or a succubus? Or Satan? Or anything? I wouldn't mind meeting these. Yeah. Well, anyway, when a fox actually possesses a human, it is often in retaliation. Basically, most things like Christianity, they say, oh, good, evil. These demons just want you. Like succubus, they say, oh, they just only want to have sex with you and just attack you because that's their life force. And I go, that could be a good story. Not certain, but most kitsunes are still animals. They're still like living beings, which means you do something to him, he does something back to you. Unfortunately, that's not legal in the human world. In the human world, if someone does something bad to you, very rarely do you have the legal right to defend yourself. That's what it seems like a lot of prosecution wants to prove it as. Well, here's a question. What if human beings actually was able to, we go back in time and removed all these type of human laws? The question is, are we supposed to be living this way? Or like other ones? Where you do something, they do something back. To defend themselves. I don't know. Anyway, to continue. Most reasons they would attack you is because of retaliation. Duh. I expect people to be able to have the right to defend themselves, even foxes or tanukis or anything. Anyway, what's so funny is this. They act all violent and hysteria, but some people, they run around naked. You know why? Because foxes and elephants, and like in the movie Zootopia, you know what is weird? Some people think that nude animals are weird. What I think is weird? Clothes on animals. That's that's hilarious. Oh no, you can't run around naked. You're a human. You have to follow human laws. Which human being had the legal right to create all these filthy laws that forced humans to believe this way? I thought we were animals too. They say we're civilized. No, we are a bad production of DNA splicing from aliens. Take that. humans? What if that's true? What if we were just alien creations that were just tossed on Earth? There's some people who believe that. They say, oh, these humans, they're trash. Fuck them off. Take them back on Earth. I don't need them. Why do you think no one wants to find us? Because we are filth. Anyway, going back to the non-filth, aka the yokai. Kitsunes can speak through their hosts' mouths. Victims are able to speak and read languages that they had no knowledge of, just like what Christianity has with possession of Lucifer or Satan, or whatever you want to call him. They say, oh, this guy can speak Latin or France or Japanese or any other language. He's never been able to speak before. He hadn't even studied Korean. How can he speak Korean now? Who knows? Anyway, they usually control them like puppets. Causing them to do all sorts of evil things. Sounds like someone else I know. And when I was a young kid, someone tried. It seemed like it felt like that he was always manipulating me when we were kids. We were the ones who always tried to get in trouble. People believed me. They didn't believe him a lot because I was always the intelligent, good person. I was more like the moral compass of the group, and most people still tried to blame everybody when we were kids. Well, I don't know where he is now. Anyway, here we go. The reason why you always see fox girls is because women are more susceptible to possession than men. They also said that they possess those of weak-mindedness. So men can be, if they're not, I guess, falling through a mental depression, like me. But I haven't got possessed by a fox yet. Rawr! Apparently the ladies, they always were like, the women are more susceptible to this. Anyway, if a kitsune possesses a family, though, that family becomes rich and fertile. The families end up becoming something called Kitsune Mochi, which were able to manipulate the possessing kitsune spirits. Well, shut my mouth. In addition, for the prosperities, they were also used to bring ruin upon the family's enemies. Well, the family, the Mochi people, used the spirits to place curses on others. I don't think I like that. Well, anyway. Here we go. Here's something weird. Sometimes the Kitsune Tsuki... Sorry, my tongue doesn't work. Maybe I should be mute. Sometimes I wonder if I wish I would be mute. Human beings don't have to speak to me. I don't have to speak back. Anyway, apparently they use them as mediums, involving... Sometimes they invite them to possess a specific willing person. So the question is, will they leave? The kitsune would enter the body and speak, of course, predicting futures or secret knowledge. Well, that's definitely not what Christianity possession says. So the question is, are kitsunes evil or good? Seems like they can do both. Again, run around naked or help you with your future finances. However, this is a dangerous practice as it relies the willingness of the kitsune to leave the body. See, there you go. The question is, are they willing to leave? Who knows? And the kitsune are very powerful creatures. Oops. Anyway, recognition possession in a person is difficult if the victim does not display the obvious physical signs. However, after a few ways to diagnose them, kitsune usually retain certain traits of their behaviors. Well, they love fried tofu and azuki beans. Azuki beans is actually associated with another one. I drew that guy in another one of my pictures. Didn't randomize him yet on the spinner, but fried tofu. I actually tried tofu, not fried tofu. The truth is, it tasted like nothing. Nothing. Well, anyway, the possessed person will strongly crave these foods, just like a woman who is pregnant, and sometimes they want mustard or certain other foods that they never liked before. Well, anyway, they would also be a strong fear of dogs, because he's a fox. Foxes... Now, I need to look it up, but are foxes part of the dog family, actually? Or are they part of the feline? I thought they were part of the dogs. And then, of course, a small lump is found hidden on the body. A lump? That is where the fox spear resides. If pushed or prickled, this lump slips away and hides into another part of the body. It cannot be caught or removed physically. Sounds like something else. Because of the widespread belief of the possession, the number of folks' cures have been invented over centuries. Exorcisms have been performed in Inari shrines because foxes are sacred to Inari. One fairly benign treatment has been that the victim licked from head to toe by dogs, which of course has stated that they fear. I would not want to be licked by a dog. I don't want to be licked by anybody. Anyway, less fortunate victims were beaten the shit out of and burned. Oh, fuck. What do you think you are? Back in the 1400s, we could burn people. In some cases, priests would burn fresh pine leaves, suffocating the Oh. Okay, I'm just gonna go to Inari, okay? Just take me to the Inari shrine and, have me licked by dogs. Unfortunately, this killed the patient. Oh, really? Before tripping out to the spirits. Shocking! No kidding! Well, sadly, in the end, even the victim was cured, the families of the possession often did suffered ostracism and social isolation. Well, that would make sense. They would be afraid that the family would be possessed again. Because there is this philosophy I read in a book. It basically goes, if it happens once, it will never happen again. If it happens a second time, there's a chance it will happen a third time. What was the book? I actually have the book. The Alchemist. The book is The Alchemist. Basically, this one kid lost and got robbed and stolen and stuff. So he thought, okay, nothing bad about it. Then it happened a second time. Then he met a man because after he got robbed. Then he actually said, "Here, take these coins or something." And he said, "What for?" Well, usually if something happens to you one time, like, you drop a piece of soap or you kind of have a glitch, it won't usually happen to you the same day or again. If you drop the soap bar or something bad happens to you the same day twice, most likely happen a second time. It will happen a third time. So he gave him the gold just in case if the young man got robbed a third time. So that would make sense. If you found out that some family near you was actually possessed with a demon, and even if the ghost is gone, bye-bye gone, you might be still a little worried about the family. But the question is, would we be more worried about them or be worried about us? They say human beings are social creatures, but it seems like we're more susceptible to be believing like, I'm not here to help you, I'm here to make sure that I'm safe or something like this. I'm thinking, do you really care for each other? I don't know. But it's really sad that you get ostracized. Ostracism. There is the word racism in the word ostracism, which is I guess the original term of ostracized, I think. Is that how it's spelled? Racism? R-A-C-I-S-M? Anyway, doesn't matter. So, I don't know if you should be worried of these kitsunes, or they should be fine. I guess you should be worried, but I don't know.